The Trump administration faces a new controversy after an administrative error sent a Maryland man with protected legal status to a notorious prison in El Salvador. ABC's Rena Roy explains.
A Maryland man stuck in limbo, sitting behind bars in an El Salvador prison in what U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, has admitted was a, quote, administrative error. Despite a court order protecting Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia from being returned to his home country, he was stopped by ICE officers earlier this month who informed him that his immigration status had changed. He was then detained over alleged affiliations with the gang MS-13. The Department of Homeland Security also saying without detail that they have, quote, intelligence reports that Abrego Garcia is involved in human trafficking.
It was an administrative error. The administration maintains the position that this individual who was deported to El Salvador and will not be returning to our country was a member of the brutal and vicious MS-13 gang.
Abrego Garcia, the father of a 5-year-old child, was also detained back in 2019 when authorities alleged he was a gang member based on claims from a confidential informant, but he denied that accusation. An immigration judge ultimately ruled that he could not be deported back to El Salvador, an order that still stands. White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt pressed about the case today.
But a judge ordered that he should remain in this country. So are you saying that it is okay to ignore a judge's ruling if you don't like it?
Who does that judge work for?
He's an immigration
It was
judge.
an immigration judge who works for the Department of Justice at the direction of the Attorney General of the United States, whose name is Pam Bondi, who has committed to eradicating MS-13 from our nation's interior.
Abrego Garcia's attorneys, who say he has no criminal record in the U.S. or El Salvador, have filed a lawsuit requesting officials in El Salvador return him to the U.S. But the Trump administration says it's not in the public's interest to do so. And we could see some movement in this case later this week. The court has a hearing scheduled for Friday. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.